everybody, and welcome to the wonderful world of football shirts, a football shirt podcast that's dedicated to all things football shirts. It's a safe space where you can share your opinions on football shirts, whether you love them or hate them, or you love this one or you love that one. We are missing a Woody today, but that doesn't matter because we've got an excellent replacement. But first, I'd like to introduce the very, very handsome and very well-travelled Jake from Art on Shirts. Say hello.
Hello. How's it going, man?
It's good. It was so lovely to see you on Sunday.
Yeah, it was fun. It was just a shame it wasn't for a little bit longer. I was having a great time as well, but had to shift after about an hour.
Yeah, well, we'll catch up with all that in a minute. But we've also got our gorgeous editor, producer, and now official TikTok creator, Helen. Say hello, Helen.
Hello.
How art thou?
Good. Yeah, all good here.
Cool. And then we have got our special standing guest because today is a bit of a special episode. And let's welcome to the stage Harry Powell.
Hello. I'm always on when Woody's not.
Oh, we never see them in the same room.
Have I seen? Yes.
Yeah,
No,
must be
I
a
did see you in the
feed
same room,
somewhere.
didn't I? Yeah, I did.
We are different people, but that is as far as I'm willing to go.
How are you, Harry?
I'm very well, thank you. I've just been for a run. I've had some pudding. I've had a pizza. Overall,
nice.
Can't complain. A lovely Wednesday.
Well, that's fantastic and very on trend with the wonderful world of football shirts because on Sunday, after Woody did a beautiful road trip up to sunny Manchester, Woody came back to my house and I cooked him a pizza in my Booney pizza oven. And
I'm
Harry,
jealous.
You've seen my pizzas, haven't you, right?
Yes, I have, and they look incredible, and I'm very, very jealous. And I wish at this point that I was, in fact, Woody, because I would have then had one.
Let's just catch up with the weekend, if that's all right. Jake, Retro Football Fair, pretty good event, wasn't it?
It was my first time to one. I've been dying to get to one for a long time. Sadly, they usually fall on a Saturday, or they had been falling on Saturdays, which is when I do the girls' football. So I haven't been able to travel anywhere to go to them. But this one now was on a Sunday. I think the ones in the future are on a Sunday as well, aren't they? So it's I think it's probably going to be the first of many a trip to a retro football fair for me.
Good football shirts and ones to kind of get the juices flowing, weren't they? You and your Italian goalkeeper shirts. Oh
yeah, there was a few. To be fair, there was a few. Obviously, being in Manchester, a lot of the stalls catered to United and City fans. So it was so good just seeing a bunch of like old United shirts in beautiful condition. But as you said, Rich, I think I sent a message into the group on the evening that I'd been scouring the internet for these Euro '96 Italian shirts, which I've kind of always had a real soft spot for. But now it's just, I'm gonna have to get one.
And as I maintain, the more I see these the more I see these older football shirts, the more I'm learning stuff. What football shirt was it? It's got to be around the 2000s era, right? That Manchester United navy away shirt that we were discussing. The one that feels like it's a sweatshirt material with a pinstripe hoop.
Yeah.
I learned for the first time. Go on.
I think they called it sports wool. I think
sports wool.
Yeah,
Harry knows because Harry's the Umbro pro.
Well, England had it. England had it as well.
Sports wool is,
but I didn't realise.
Not nice to
it's horrendous.
Sports in it's so warm. It's nice to wear just casually, but if you were going to run or play football in it, wear anything else.
Yeah, that's very true. And it's only until seeing it in hand did I realize that the Sharp ViewCam sponsor isn't like pressed on. And I think you described it best, Jake, by saying it's almost like it's shaved into the shirt. You can imagine the base of the shirt is all silver or grey, and then they stick on this woolly navy blue over the top and then shave the word Sharp ViewCam out, and it was that blew my mind.
Yeah. It's
Every
probably
day's a
something
school
like
day.
yeah. It'd be interesting to know how they actually did it. Would be really cool.
Yeah. I am sporting a David Beckham 7 long sleeved 2004 shirt, which I wouldn't say I was bullied into buying, but I put it on, and both Jake and Woody would not let me take it off without buying it. And I just
Rich.
got asked every two
Trying to
seconds whether I'm going to buy it, whether I'm going to buy it.
don't be trying to blame
I
me
was
and
always
Woody
buying it.
for that purchase. Rich, we were having a look at this store. The next thing you know, we turn around and you've got it on over the top of your denim walls top. So there was only going to be one outcome.
That's
You
very
were
true.
definitely
It's
going
so very
home
true.
with. It looks good
Yes.
as well, man. It was a good buy.
And I
Really
tell you
good
one
buy.
other thing. It does look good. I'm very happy with it. One other thing before we move on is I got to see, obviously, see a few people I've already met before, but I finally got to meet Dom, as in Kit King Dom, and he is wonderful. I mean, that's all I got to say on it. Wonderful.
Yeah, I'm so gutted. I missed him.
Right.
He was hiding.
Yeah, he was doing a thing where he was sat in the retro football fair with a beer and said he posted a couple of days ago that if anyone sees him and comes up to him, he will give them a free football shirt, because he'd got this company from Thailand, I think, that are doing shirts. Anyway, enough of that. We have a special episode today, and I know we've got a guest waiting to join us in the proverbial waiting room. But before I do, I want to remember that the next episode we've got on this podcast, we are doing a music special. So, football shirts and music. This will be part 2. Now, those who've listened a long time ago, remember we've done one a long time ago. So, we're kind of with the emergence of football related shirts or football shirt related musical things. How's that? How can I best describe that? Yeah, we're going to do another episode. So you, the listeners, if and you, Harry, if you've got any kind of football related music shirts, I'm thinking obviously we've got our O'Neill's Oasis Bohemian kind of shirts. We've got our DC Fontaine's DC shirts. We've got our Bob Marley shirts. But what about the ones we've spoken about before? The Glastonbury Adidas ones, the Oasis Adidas ones, the Admiral Spice Girl ones. They're all these football shirts they're making at the moment. West Ham, you've got a special relationship with Iron Maiden, don't you?
We do indeed.
Harry's nodding along. This is an audio podcast.
I couldn't tell you who in Iron Maiden is a West Ham fan, but
The bass player.
someone must be, and we have some. They're actually quite nice shirts that have Iron Maiden as the sponsor, which is lovely.
That's pretty cool. Right, so yes, you, the listeners, if there are any that you want us to talk about, I'd kind of tell you what, it doesn't even have to be exactly the band or the singer or the songer. It's the singer or songwriter or performer. What about if it's just a shirt that reminds you or looks just like an album? I don't know. I'm just kind of saying words right now. So maybe something might jog your memory or remind you of a football shirt or a band or an artist or an album cover. Get in touch with the show at ShirtsPod on Instagram, at ShirtsPod on Twitter, and now, if I'm not mistaken, at Shirts Pod on TikTok. That's right, we have a TikTok account. I love how Jake's face was just either a little bit frozen and a little bit confused and a little bit worried. We've got TikTok now.
Oh no, let's go for it.
But today we do have we were kind of reminiscing about a certain kind of football event that happened over the summer, and if I was to open this can of Grolsch, it may remind people of an event that we had over the summer, which was the Shirts v Boots. And recently we've had different guests on that were part of it, and we were reminiscing, and I thought, hey, what a great way to kind of wrap it all up in a little bow by having Harry on, who was, I mean, Mr. Everything. And we have got another guest on who I'm going to invite to the stage now. And do you know why I thought this was a good guest to have? It's because it was his first Shirts v Boots, and he was meeting all of these people for the first time. So I thought it'd be really good to get Harrison, aka That Football Shirt Collector, to the stage. Hello, Harrison.
Hello, everyone. How are you?
Welcome.
How is everybody?
Hello.
Good. Hi.
That's a
Can you
great
hear me
shirt.
okay? Oh, thank you very much. I've got the my match worn behind me, pride and place on the wall as well. So that was yeah. Although it'd be quite nice to wear it now. It was a bit too hot to wear on the day, of course.
Yes, that's true. So let's start, Harrison, because Harry, if you don't mind, I'll just kind of ask Harrison a few questions first, because Harrison, you, like me, had not done one before. How did you get involved in it?
Yeah, so that's a good question. It's good that Harry's here as well, as he was the first face I actually saw at Bristol Airport pre 6 a.m. I'm not normally at my best that early in the morning, so hopefully first impressions weren't too bad. But yeah, I just reached out. I believe it was Woody I might have reached out to first, because I had the Instagram for a while, but I just sort of used it just to post shirts. I didn't really get involved in the community that much. But then I think it was the Liverpool one, which was the one before this one, so Shirts for Boots 4. Thought it looked like something pretty cool that I'd like to be involved in, and yeah, just sort of went from there, really.
Sounds good. And Harry, was Harrison a delightful face to see at pre 6 a.m.?
He was. We were probably the only people in the whole of Bristol Airport that wasn't going on a stag or hen do at 5:30 on a Friday morning or whenever it was. So it was very nice to see someone that wasn't dressed up in some sort of fancy dress, although we were all in football shirts, so it could have been fancy dress. But yes, it was a very good first impression.
Yeah, because there was the nice awkward moment where I was obviously texting you through WhatsApp, so I'd seen your WhatsApp photo, but obviously never met you before, so I was just aimlessly wandering around looking for... Did you have a West Ham training top or something? I can't remember exactly what you had on now.
I had an England training top on.
That was it. So I was just aimlessly wandering around past stag and hen do's looking for an England training top. But eventually we found each other. So
I quite like the idea of you just going up to random people wearing football shirts at an airport saying, Harry?
No. Yeah. It's a good idea. None of the stag dudes had that idea, I guess, because I could have ended up God knows where, got on the complete wrong flight and everything.
Could have been Magaluf.
Yeah.
You could have Home Aloned it and just ended up, on a stag do in Magaluf.
Yeah, here, there, or anywhere. But no, I'm really glad, obviously, and it was nice to have that sort of pre-welcome to the group, and before then, obviously, meeting everybody else out there in Amsterdam.
And were there kind of any fond memories you have? What about the? Oh, we've got a cat visiting Helen. So that's nice. Welcome, pets. Any good early memories or fond memories that you have? Or
I think the first one was probably just, obviously, I wasn't quite sure how many people were just going to keep meeting us at that first place where we had like just one beer and we were meeting up, and it just seemed like every 5 minutes there was someone new with a different shirt, a different story from a different country. I didn't quite understand how big it was going to be in terms of the amount of people that were there. But no, it's just really cool. Every time someone new turned up, I made an effort to try and sort of say hello, introduce myself, because obviously I was new too. So as soon as anyone was like, "It's my first event too," I was like, "Okay, this is good. I'm not the only one," because obviously it could be a bit daunting to just fly to another country with a load of people you've never met before. So yeah, I think that was quite a nice way to sort of ease everybody into the group before the bus, which I'm sure we'll move on to later.
Yeah. Jake, for kind of context, it's actually maybe easy to think of it. Do you remember like when Big Brother first started and you'd
Oh
have
yeah.
like you'd welcome the
Do you want
first
another one?
person to the Big Brother
Yeah,
house? Yeah, yeah, that's it. To be number call. Do you want another one? And it was just like that, only instead of it being the Big Brother house, it was Schiphol Airport at this bar with
yeah.
beers. And so every time someone else came in, there was clapping and cheering and whooping. Every 5 or 10 minutes. The only thing we were missing was a Davina McCall just telling us who was coming in next.
Oh, I'm sure
But
Dan would
they're
have made
right,
a good
Harry.
Davina.
Yeah, we were sat opposite the arrivals doors in a bar and just keeping an eye out on the doors swinging open and someone in some sort of rare football shirt, and you go, "Are
Yeah.
you one of us?" And they'd walk over and go, "Are you Shirtsby Boots?" And we go, "Yeah, we are." Beer straight in hand,
And
straight
off we went.
into greeting everyone, which was great fun.
Harrison, can you remember what shirts you bought with you and how many you bought with you?
So I bought, I think on the day I was wearing the England home Euro 2000 shirt to go with the theme with McManaman on the back of that one. I wore this one
Classic.
to Yeah, I thought that's one I bought relatively recently because I thought I've got to get one, at least one that suits the theme. And then I remembered I had this one as well, so the Czech Republic one with it's got Nedved on the back as well. So I took those two sort of for the theme, and then I also had to represent Bristol City as well, of course. So I took a lime sort of yellow away shirt we had back in 2010, I believe it was in the David James era. So yeah, quite an old one, but. It was just the three that I took with me, which compared to others, I think was relatively normal amount. I think.
Yeah, that's true. Harry, how many did you have?
I think I had five or six, and I
Can you
didn't
remember what
wear
they
them
were?
all.
No.
I had England training, England home. I had a Netherlands 2000 home shirt with Seedorf on the back, which was my game day photo fit. I had a Netherlands 96 training top or 97 training top, a Nike one, which due to the heat was just too clingy. And the people of the Netherlands did not need to see a very unfit, slightly podgy Harry wear that. And what I had a couple of others, but I can't remember what they are off the top of my head.
Don't forget your camera merch as well. Your
Oh
bib
yeah,
you
I
had
had
the
my
match day
bib,
bib.
my I had my photography Champions League final media vest from Manchester 2003, I think it was. So not quite on theme, but trying to
Close
source
enough.
trying to source one of those was outrageously difficult. So I took what I could get.
Yeah, you mentioned in that Holland one, I did also take the Holland home. I forgot about that. I wore that out on the last night where there was quite a few good photos of a huge group of us in this random nightclub all wearing shirts from Euro 2000. The locals must have been rather confused, but yeah, I forgot I took that one. So I did actually take four. So I lied earlier. I do apologize.
Okay. I just think it's mad, Harry, that you are putting as much emphasis on the date and year of a Champions League photography vest that you are to football shirts. I quite like that. It's like, oh yeah, this is my England 2000 home shirt. This is my Holland 2000 home shirt. This is my Champions League final Manchester 2003 photographer vest.
It got quite a lot of it got the locals chatting quite a lot. Each time I walked past some of the old gents that were watching the game, they kept asking me about it. I don't know if they thought I was there shooting.
Please tell me you.
But
You could have
they were
just
like,
lied and be
"Oh,
like, yeah.
yeah." So and it had a signature on the back. I've no idea whose it is. I don't know if it was a player. I don't know if it was the photography guy. One of the guys asked me who it was, and I was just like, I've got no idea. But yeah, it went down a storm. So now I've got to try and find a different one for the next one, I think.
There was an element of class about it by the fact you were just prowling the sidelines with it on, looking like official press. And I mean, you were ready to play as well. You were donned in a good boot, weren't you?
I made
Did you hear
sure
me there?
to just in case. I think you froze a little bit, but I think you were asking me if I was ready to play.
Okay. I mean, you had some boots on, didn't you? You
So
had some pretty cool football boots
I did
on.
have some boots on. I made sure Dan messaged me a couple of days before and said, in case we have some dropouts, would you want to play? And I said, yeah. So I was the substitute. So if either people dropped out, if there was injuries, that sort of stuff, or if we were being absolutely annihilated, Dan and I had a pact that we might come on together and have a couple of minutes on field. But whether it's fortunate or not, the game was quite close, so we didn't get to grace the field, but maybe another time.
Nice. Yes, definitely maybe another time. Harrison, how did you find the playing of the match, the whole kind of experience of being your first one? Obviously, there's an element of not knowing what to expect, but I think Dan said, and Harry will back it up, there's a kind of the amount of effort that went into making it kind of as professional and real as possible.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I was just about to say that it did feel probably as close to the sort of real experience that I'll ever get, to be honest. The fact you got your own bus. I mean, normally you don't tend to share the same bus as the opponent team as well, but that was quite a cool experience that everyone was in the same boat together. But yeah, once we got there, there was obviously like photos of you coming off the bus as well, and then eventually you had the kit reveal sort of in the changing room, which was really cool to see. Obviously the printed shirts. Chris obviously did a great job on all of those, so that was quite a cool surreal experience, seeing your surname on the shirt and everything. And obviously the playing surface was really good as well. Nice, I believe it's like the oldest stadium in Netherlands, or along those lines. That was obviously part of what we were playing for, to help restore that grandstand. The only thing I would change is if the temperature is about 10 degrees cooler, it would have been perfect. But apart from that, I've got absolutely no complaints. But yeah, it was a really good experience, and the fact that it was obviously filmed as well. That was something I didn't necessarily realize there was going to be full match highlights, and yeah, and obviously the refs as well. The standard of the refs that we got, that sort of blew my mind. I believe he was on one of the pods a few weeks or months back as well. So yeah, to actually have an ex-professional referee was another amazing little touch that I wasn't expecting.
I'll tell you what, Helen, you tell people about the chat with John Underhill whilst I maybe plug in my LAN so I don't have any breakages in internet.
The episode of the podcast with John Underhill is my favourite episode of the podcast that we've ever recorded. I think he's brilliant, and the level of anecdote that he was providing from an international football refereeing was so good. He told a great story about sending Rooney off in his first match. He has some great thoughts on shirts and how important they are for the referees. He's really knowledgeable, and his way of speaking was just so good. Rich would just drop a question and then he would launch into some amazing story. I will find out what date that episode went out on, and I will retrofit those details into the podcast. It's the episode from the 4th of August. August the 4th.
Yeah, I
And
don't think he's. Oh, sorry, I was going to say, yeah, I don't think he's necessarily touched the sides on the amount of anecdotes that he does have. So I think you could probably have a spin-off podcast with just his stories, to be honest. But yeah, you definitely get him
Yes,
back for a part
please.
2.
the other ref as well. I've just got my my program out, just to make sure that I don't mess up his credentials. I will mess up his name though. It's Roloff Luingi, I think. But he is of a similar standard to John. He refereed the Eredivisie from 1983 to 2010. He refereed World Cup qualifiers, European Championship qualifiers, and the Champions League, which is an outrageous standard for 2 refs to come and referee a charity friendly. It's just it was so cool. And John was propped up at the bar, just reeling off anecdotes all weekend. And you'd stand next to him and just sort of listen in and just sort of go, wow. Me talking about my week is just completely different to him sort of talking about, oh yeah, I was in such and such country for a World Cup qualifier and sent off so and so, and you just go, what on earth is going on? It's crazy.
Very true. And yes, as Helen said, you can find that episode then, and it's very good. Back to you guys though. I can't think of where I was going to go now because I'm going to reset. So Harrison, all in all, kind of coming home, kind of decompressing and looking back, were there any kind of standout moments for you from the kind of weekend itself, other than the playing?
Yeah, so obviously, yeah, the match was the absolute highlight. The fact that it was a relatively close game. I know 6-3 might not sound like the closest of games, but the fact it wasn't massively one-sided, I think that was really good. The biggest highlight for me was just how welcoming everybody was, not just on the shirts team, but also the boots team as well. And I think just having that shared interest, whether you're shirts or boots of football, it's such a good opener to a conversation. So the amount of people that started once I said I was Bristol City fan and came from Bristol, excuse me, the amount of people that sorry, frog in my throat. The amount of people that had stories of them having good away days at Ashton Gate, obviously beating us, was quite a strange way to start meeting somebody new. That doesn't tend to happen, but yeah, there was obviously Richard, a good friend, Jimmy was talking to me about a Wolves win. I think you won 2-1 in like a last minute header when we were
Oh, you
top, and
mean
I
the
believe
time
you
when
were
Nuno got
second.
sent off? Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
that
that
was the
one.
one.
So what
We
happened
w-
is you went 1-0 up. I
and we were
believe we had a man
cruising as
sent
well.
off. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
we had Nuno Espirito Santo sent off. Barry Douglas scores an equalising free kick. And then in the last minute, yeah, sorry, I don't mean to rub in salt
Yeah,
into
no, I was
very
there.
old
Don't worry.
wounds, but
Just, I don't mean
Yeah,
to rub it in, but
Barry
let me
Barry
describe the whole
Douglas
yeah.
game.
crosses it in, and
Detail
Ryan
by
Bennett
detail. Yeah,
gets his big old bonce on the ball to go 2-1 up. And the best bit about that is the fact that the Sky cameras go to Nuno, who is in a box and he's celebrating, and the Bristol City fan is telling him off to calm down because it's not very
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, no, that was. I just googled the game in the background, and so you also had another red. Danny Bath got sent off, but our keeper
Yeah.
got sent off 63 minutes, and then that was what changed it. You scored 3 minutes later, and then that 94th minute winner, which the amount of 94th minute winners I've seen against us, I'm not even going to go into the amount of years I've been supporting Bristol City, but you never know. But yeah, that was just a nice experience. There was a guy, Chris, one of the Villa, he's a Villa fan, and the amount of players that Villa have had that have also played for us, that was mad. We thought we could name one or two, and then 20 minutes later, we're still reeling off players. So that was another another pretty cool sort of thing. But yeah, just finding about obviously everyone's teams, and it's not like everybody was necessarily a Man United or a Liverpool fan. There was a lot of cool niche teams, which I'll be honest, I'd probably prefer talking about because you get more real stories of those sorts of games. Don't get me wrong, everyone likes the Premier League, don't they? And it is fun and interesting. But yeah, when someone's got a story of like the Wolves one you just mentioned, is a lot more personable to say you were there. So I think yeah, that was it. Just the good conversations, and yeah, obviously the actual night, like the fact you had like the whole kit reveal night as well. I wasn't necessarily aware that that was going to be that sort of event as well. Like the program that Harry just mentioned. Don't know if you can see it, but we've got like our nationalities and names and the flags and everything, which made it feel yeah, very professional. So yeah, I think that was probably it really, just the sense of, apart from the first 5 to 10 minutes in the airport looking for Harry, I don't think there was a single moment that was awkward at all. Everyone was very welcoming, and I hope I played my part in doing the same for the other fellow newbies. But yeah, definitely looking forward to playing again, hopefully.
And you mentioned the bus and the games. That was one thing that did keep us going. Harry, do you remember the games on the bus?
I remember your excellent games, which we had a lot of fun trying not to think about how hot we were, naming all sorts of different players and all sorts of niche football references, which was great fun, which we did for probably quite a few hours.
Yeah,
It's got to be
it felt
touching
like we were
four,
never
right?
going to get off that bus. Yeah, it was. I think wasn't it some sort of it was a bank holiday over there or something? Because there was like they said normally the traffic wasn't that bad. I know there was train strikes
It was
obviously while we were
rail
on the
strikes,
bus,
and then there
but
was a crash because everyone was using their cars instead of going by rail. So there was a crash on the motorway, and then luckily the bus needed some petrol, so we got to stop at a gas station and buy as many cold drinks and ice creams as we could.
And that we did. I just remembered, Harrison, that I actually own a Bristol City shirt.
oh wow, this is exciting news. Okay, is that last season's keeper shirt? Maybe this. I think it's
Absolutely.
last
I
season's
call it.
one. Yeah.
It's maybe the away. I like to call it the watermelon shirt.
Okay, no, yeah, that there's
Bit
quite a
like a
few we've
watermelon.
had that are very interesting designs. I think the other one for that one was quite popular as well. It's like a blue and navy of the same pattern. But yeah, we have had quite cool keeper designs over the years. I've probably another point we mentioned actually. My roommate, another guy who I'd never met, Ben, I believe Tricot Nerd is his handle. So he's from Cologne, and
Yes.
they also had we were both Hummel was our shirt manufacturer at the time, and we both had the sort of Denmark reissue of the infamous Schmeichel shirt. But the only other team that had it was Cologne, so I thought that was pretty weird that we both had the same sort of connection, the
That's
same
cool.
shirt and everything. So yeah, so that was another thing. Obviously, just bonding like that with the similar sort of weird links between clubs you wouldn't ever think of. And now we have their old manager as well, Gerhard Struber. We got him from, or Cologne sacked him, and then we've got him now. So he's doing all right for us. So thanks for that.
Boots just doing some little sewing of things together. Who
I
knew
know,
that
right?
would be the case? Right. Jake, you've been awful quiet. I appreciate the fact you weren't there,
I'm
and I'm
just
sorry
enjoying
that
it.
it
Yeah,
seems
no,
like
no, no.
rubbing it
Enjoying
in.
the chat.
Do you have any questions that you might want to ask either Harry or Harrison
Not,
about shirts
yeah,
that you
no,
have?
not really, because we've touched on this subject quite a few times since the event. So I feel like I've got a good feel of it. I just like hearing each individual person's own take on that weekend, and it's good hearing yours, Harrison. Obviously, being a first time, I spoke to Rich sort of off camera about it as well, because Rich being it's his first time as well.
Yeah.
But it's really good to hear. You know what? And I love the fact that you, like you said, you've gone there and at no point whatsoever, other than that initial moment, did it feel awkward. Everybody was there for the same thing. Great laughs. And to be honest with you, whenever I've either met people or, for example, last Sunday going to the Retro Football Fair, it is just good vibes, which is what I kind of love about it all, and like the community as such. It's always just a great time, and just chatting to people about shirts. Love it, and love hearing everyone's stories.
Very true. Which reminds me that obviously we've got your wedding coming up. And I definitely am going to bring the football shirt vibe to the wedding, right? So I've got to. We all saw the picture from last episode of David Beckham, right, in the pale blue suit and the Madrid home shirt. Do we all remember that from last week's
Yeah, with a
episode?
double
Helen's already
bun.
posting that. The double
Yeah, with the
button.
double
Yeah,
bun. Double bun, yeah.
that's acceptable. That's acceptable attire for a wedding, right? Your wedding?
Yeah. Hey, look, this is the after party, so
Oh, well done,
anything
Helen.
goes.
Yeah.
Anything goes.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a strong look. That one. What was the
Obviously,
You're gonna
team?
I
get
have my beard as well.
you're gonna get
That
double ear pierced as well.
I've already got my ears pierced. I need to get big old silver
Pro-
things for them.
Some diamonds in them.
Helen, I don't know if you saw what Victoria Beckham was wearing that day. So if you've got any leopard print tops, then we can go as Posh and Becks. I know it's not a fancy dress wedding, and I don't wish to belittle your wedding at all, but that's the coolest I could look.
Hey,
Uh,
we our only sort of rule is dress to impress. Come however you want. Be as smart as you like. Be as crazy as you like. It's completely up to you.
There you go. I think
yeah,
that's
I'm sure I can find a leopard skin vest and a white linen suit. I'm in.
right. Okay, so I feel like we're kind of all wrapped up with some shirts v boots kind of chat. Unless anyone else has anything they want to add, Harry. I don't know if you've kind of shared, because I haven't really spoken to you about your favorite memories, because you had this wonderful kind of position in which whether you wanted it or not, you were literally everybody's go-to guy. You were the guy. Everyone came. Harry, what time is this? Harry, when's this? Harry, where is this? It's like, I don't know. I've never been here before, but my map says it's over there. And being the photographer, you got like to see everything and be part of everything. Like, it must have been quite special for you from a unique, different point of view.
Yeah, you get you get to see everything. You get to see sort of everything that's happening, whether you want to or not. A few pictures have to get sort of deleted or parts blurred, especially. It wasn't so much this year. I learnt my lesson, but Shirts v Boots 4, there was a few shots that I didn't realize until after. You have to go, oh, someone's in their pants in the background. You probably need to.
Have you seen?
I walked into the changing room in Liverpool. We'd just been smashed 6-0, by the way, and I was expecting it to be a bit of a somber environment. And it's got the place where we were had sort of quite a long corridor towards the changing rooms. So I walked past the team boots, who'd obviously just won 6-0, and there was music playing, but there wasn't really much. And all I could hear as I walked past it was people chanting my name. I wasn't in the room. And I hadn't been near them for 10-15 minutes because I was sorting camera stuff out. And they'd been chanting my name for 5 minutes. And I walked in, and there is video of it, but it's never been shared because everyone's just getting changed. But they
Helicoptering.
were, yeah, everyone was just chanting my name. And I was like, what's going on? But yeah, it's. I mean, I
Whilst
don't.
I'm not going to do the chant, but if everyone knows the song, I'm assuming it's Daddy Cool by Boney
Yes.
M. Is that right? So if instead of
Yeah.
saying Daddy Cool, you say Harry Powell, that's the chant that everybody sings whenever this man is in the vicinity.
Yeah. So it's. I thought it wouldn't make its way international, but it seemed to. And yeah, it's just a really interesting position to be in. I'm not a good football player, but I wanted to be involved. So I said to Dan, I've got a camera, I can come along and take some match shots. And it's sort of gone from there. I'm not involved in any of the planning, but people come to me and ask what's going on. And I sometimes just make it up, but sometimes I do have some sort of an idea. And it's sort of like, Harry, when are we doing this? Oh, I don't know. But yeah, it's I get like a semi-exclusive look at the shirts. I get to see sort of what the plan is for a lot of things, and then I try my best to make everyone look as good as they feel when they're playing football, and then sometimes some of the extracurriculars as well, some of the partying before the game, after the game, and yeah, the warm-ups, and just capture as much as I can and hope that everyone enjoys it, really.
Well, I speak for Harrison here when I say your efforts did not go unnoticed, and we're all very grateful for the photos. They were.
Yeah, that was a good 2-3 hours going through all of those. Once the next morning, it was great just going through and seeing match shots.
That was a Yeah, I was sorry, Harry. I wanted to interrupt you. We obviously the game finishes. We go home. We go back to the hotel. We shower. We then meet up at the pub, which was called the Jolly Jug, for drinks and to enjoy the rest of the evening. And all I remember is Harry sitting there with a phone and a battery pack and going, "There's still 4,000 photos to be uploaded." And then 1 a.m. There's still 2,000 photos to be uploaded.
It took an incredible amount of time. I was rooming with Ben, or Moz, as everyone knows him, and I said to him when we got back, I'm not going to come out until all the photos are uploaded, because I thought the hotel Wi-Fi would be good. So I clicked upload on. There was thousands of photos. I can't remember the exact amount, but it's well into, I think it was at least 4,000 of the weekend. And it came up on my phone on the Wi-Fi, 12 hours remaining, and Moz had just got out of the shower, and I said, I said I wasn't going to come out until the photos are done. I think I'm going to bring it with me, because I'll be here a while. And it finished as I was on the dance floor at about midnight, thinking it's got 12 photos to go. If it cancels now, if something breaks, I don't know what I'm going to do. But my phone is being launched from the Netherlands to Germany. It's crossing the border. But I was just sort of, every time someone would come over, I'd tell them what number we were on and where they could find it. But people the next day on the train and in the airports, I think they were all having quite a detailed look at all of the photos, and then you see them all coming out on Instagram, and you think, my work is done. So hopefully everyone enjoyed them, and everyone had access to them. But
did you also have a disposable camera as well, or have I imagined that? Have I
No, I did.
that?
I've got my. I bring a film camera for the more. The film camera was more for like the after moments. So I think it was mostly used in the Jolly Jug and on the dance floor, just for a bit of the more sort of not professional moments, so to speak. Everyone with beers in hands and that sort of stuff. It just captures a nice vibe, but
Plastic 35mm film with a snap and then
a quick sort of turn it to rewind it all and that sort of stuff. It's a bit more fun, so I like doing that as well.
I love it. just quickly before we move on, because actually, do you know what we haven't done yet is our actual kind of like generic football chat. So we're going to go and do that in a minute. But Harry, on the 200th episode, we did have a little kind of sneaky peek from Dan on when the next Shirts to Be Boots are going to be. But this weekend, when we were at the Retro Football Fair, there was maybe a kind of Easter egg hint on what the theme might be.
Yeah, there was.
Do you
There
want to
was.
share with the group what the theme might be?
Rumor has it. I'm not here to confirm anything because I don't know.
He
But
says.
rumor has it there is an American theme. Do with that as you wish. I believe it to be World Cup '94, but that's just a
There is
rumor.
a
That's
World
what I've
Cup.
heard on the grapevine.
I was on the same grapevine. There is a World Cup in America, so it would make sense. So
Yeah.
I love the fact that Harrison's now Googling USA 94 kits.
I do have.
I've
I did have a quick Google. I do have at least one already, but I think I've got. I think I've got two if I go deep down in the wardrobe.
Ooh,
So
what
I
two?
should be
What two,
prepared.
Harrison?
I can have a rummage. The wardrobe is just there. Bear with me two
oh, then you
seconds.
go
Let
and
me
have a
just.
rummage. That's
We
fine.
we 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 love a little shirt show.
All right.
Go
Yeah,
Okay.
for it.
we absolutely love a shirt show.
Okay. So I've got. Shall I just jump straight in?
Yes,
Yeah,
go
go
for
on,
it.
mate.
So this is where they're not 94, and I'll be incredibly embarrassed. But I've got the home and away.
That's definitely 94.
That is 94.
So this one, and then also the home version.
Oh, Klinsman 18 as well.
Yeah, and this is a good omen because this was my pub quiz shirt that I wore the other day, and we won a cash prize. So it's clearly a good luck shirt as well. That one. So
Hey.
uh, and then the other one, which I did actually buy in New York when I went over for my birthday in November. So the home
Oh my
USA one.
word.
Oh,
So yeah, that's
You've
the
just,
three I currently have. But yeah, I really do like
I
this one.
mean,
But I bought it from Classic Football Shirts in New York as well. That was a store that had some absolute beauties in there. So I had to buy
yeah, that
something to remember the visit.
it looks a great little
Jake,
pop up that one does in New York.
Jake, is
Yeah,
it
it
fair to
was
say
great.
that USA shirt, even though it is massive, it's an underrated banger because that away one gets more hype. The more like the denim shirt gets more hype. It's a
Yeah,
good
man, I
shirt.
think so. I think so. I remember both of them at the time being a little bit ridiculed because they weren't what normal football shirts look like. Like the Stars denim one was like, hold on a second, what? You can't have that's not a football shirt. And then obviously the wavy lined striped one, which you've just showed us. It's like that's not a normal football shirt. But yeah, they're incredible. Like you look back at them now, and they're top tier. Like those those three which you've showed us now. Oh, they're all stunning. It's going to be hard to top those when you're
Yeah,
searching to try and add to that for the football shirts versus boots. Man, that's going to be a tough ask to try and top
yeah.
those.
That denim one is the one that I've always had my eye on, but whenever I've seen them, they are just ludicrously expensive. But you never know;
Yeah, crazy.
might be able to find a bargain before then. But yeah, I do really like those the Germany ones as well. I think they're pretty
Mm.
good. That green one especially, I've worn that to Glastonbury as well. So that sort of festival attire kind of thing. So yeah, I'm quite
Brave
happy with
man.
those. I know, right? But that's because I'm sensible. So, and it wasn't a raining year, so yeah. No mud or anything else thrown at it, thankfully.
Can I just open the sort of chat there to Rich and to Harry? You guys are going to be up for the next one, aren't you? Which we're
Absolutely.
talking about around about the 6th of June. Is it? That's that a few days around there next year.
Yeah, it's the weekend of the 5th to the 7th of June. I can reveal that it is in London. So we're
Ooh.
hoping to get as many people to come, whether you're interested in playing, you're interested. I think we're going to try and do some sort of. We had a shirt fair this year. I say we like I plan it. I've just said that I don't plan it. But I'll use the royal we. We had a shirt fair this year which went down an absolute treat. So pre-game, everyone was looking through buying shirts. All of the players went through. I think even a few had stands. I think one of the boots guys had a boot stand with some really rare stuff on. So whether you're just interested in looking at shirts, you want to sell, you want to just come and watch, you're more than welcome to just sort of pop down, pop in, come and have a drink with everyone, join in the befores, afters, durings. We had a halftime show this year, so we had a few. I think you boys might have missed it because you were you're having a talking to, you're having your orange slices, and you're having your
cup of teas.
Yeah, so we invited a few of the kids out that had come along, and we had a crossbar challenge where they won a very big goodie bag which had a brand new Tags England 2000 home shirt, all sorts of Euro 2000 memorabilia. So yeah, it's a whole weekend of fun, whether you're just coming down to watch. It's essentially a massive community event that the only time it's spoiled is when we have to go and play football.
Play the football.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want to just come down and watch, your best bet is to keep an eye out on the Shirts v Boots Instagram account. That is where all of the information will be as it comes out. Which, let me just get the correct.
I've got it here. It's _shirts_versus_boots. Sorry, Harry, I'm going to ruin your thunder.
That's all right. You'll see some of my handiwork, hopefully, on there with a few pictures. And yeah, as and when information comes out, it will be on there for everyone to enjoy. And yeah, we hope to get as many people down as possible. It's a charity driven event at the end of the day. So people come down, enter. We do raffles for shirts. We had about 45 minutes of Dan giving out raffle prizes for all sorts. I think there was over sort of 30 something prizes for people to win.
Oh, those prizes were crazy as well, like really.
Yeah,
good.
they were.
One was like an away day at Sampdoria or something, wasn't it, with the ultras or something? Dan had
if Dan won that, there's a fix going on. Is mark them tickets.
You have to go with Dan.
There's a downside, is
there? So yeah, there was bar tabs for I think it was £100 bar tab for the Volley in London, which if you've never been, is a very nice sports bar in on Old Street, I think it's called.
Yep.
Shirts. I won something. I never win raffles, so that's how good. That's how many prizes there were that even I won something. But yeah, we at the end of the day, it's a charity event. We want to see as many people come down and give as much as they are able to, and watch us play football. Which I don't know why you would, but come and give money to charity. That's the main thing for it.
Absolutely. A lot of the things are still TBC. So if you are listening to this podcast, and it's now February, March 2026 or beyond, there probably is information. But as of recording, in October, we don't have as much information. So as soon as we get some, we'll start sharing it. But Harry's right, and I think we'll just want to see more and more people, because the better this gets, the better the community will be, and actually the more fun it will be, because I'm pretty sure Dan's talking about introducing a second and a third team and having a little tournament. So who knows? So if you get in touch with Dan at Shirts v Boots on Instagram, he will talk to anybody. I think that's fair to say, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. If you want to play, just message Dan. He will. He will. We want as many people to come. If we can get multiple teams out, then that's the dream, isn't it? Really, if we can get multiple games going, let's do it. Let's raise as much as we can for very good causes that we've done over the years. So yeah,
Could we get a pod squad, Rich?
Oh my god, we could absolutely get a pod squad. Helen, where do you play?
Well, I'm a playmaker. I float around and just make.
Oh, like
Can't put Helen
the
in a
hole.
position.
Helen's in the 10.
No,
Yeah, I
free
love
roll.
it.
Helen's in
Free
the
roll.
10. She just free roll like Messi, just go
Makes
wherever
it
she
work.
wants.
Helen De Bruyne.
She said it with such confidence as well. I'm like, I believe it. Let's do it. I think we're
First name
struggling
on the
though,
team
because
sheet.
we've got me and Woody are both goalkeepers. No, sorry, me and Jake are both goalkeepers, and Woody has got no knee. But I'm sure we could get something together.
We could just play two
Anyway.
goalkeepers, can't we? We'll be all right. We'll stop
Yeah,
a few goals.
part the bus.
Play for the draw.
Can't lose if you don't concede. Just draw everything 0-0.
Just the four
Hey.
of us in the goal. We'll be
Was
fine.
it, didn't England qualify? Was it England in like 1980 or something like that? Or didn't someone go really far in a competition by just drawing?
I know New Zealand,
Oh.
at the one World Cup they were at, they just drew all 3 games. They didn't get through the
Portugal?
groups, though.
Didn't Portugal win the Euros by only winning one game or 2 games?
There was something like that, wasn't there? There was
Yeah,
some team
in normal time, I think they won 1 game, and everything else just went to 0-0 draws.
We'll do it.
Outrageous.
We'll hold the boots to a 0-0 draw.
Yeah, then just win every game on penalties. There you go, sorted.
Right. We are quickly running out of time, and I want to thank both of our guests, for joining us. But we didn't do our football chat, so I think it's remiss with some newer guests. Harrison, I don't know how much you listen, and it's fine if you don't, but we do like to have a segment where we do a little bit of actual football chat. So is there any kind of footballness that you want to get off your chest, that you're happy about, that's annoyed you, that you kind of want to talk about?
I think it's probably not the most crazy of views or anything, but just the general VAR and particular handballs at the moment seem to, that every single game seems to have a different rule. So yeah, that's definitely the sort of thing that's on my mind at the moment. Like just this season alone, you had the first game of the season, I believe it was Senesi against Liverpool. They were basically clean through and he just swiped at it, and then he got a free kick somehow after a VAR review. There's been a few where it sort of hit someone's leg and then hit their hand, and they have been given, haven't been given. The Gabriel one, which on the weekend against Newcastle, which looked pretty clear, but apparently it sort of skimmed his shin. So I think that just needs to be sorted, and they need to be very clear on the rule of just it's either A or B. They can't have the to and fro, and of sometimes it's this, sometimes it's that. I think is kind of ruining games at the moment on a Premier League level. But yeah, that's probably the main sort of bone to pick that I would go for currently. But apart from that, on a personal level, Bristol City are doing all right, so hopefully that continues. But yeah, I think that's probably my the 2 things that I would bring to the table.
That's fair enough. The handball one's weird, right? Because I've seen ones that look stonewalled and are not given, and ones that look not so easy, like not given. And I just think, where's the line?
Exactly, it's that lack of consistency which I think annoys fans and neutrals alike, doesn't it? So yeah, if they could sort that out, that'd be great.
What about you, Harry? Got any football peeves?
West Ham as a football club is a bit of a football peeve for me at the moment. But I was recently actually in Harrison's neck of the woods at Ashton Gate for the Women's Rugby World Cup.
Oh, cool.
And some of the shirts and merch that was on display really tickled my fancy. So I'd like, if you would indulge me for a second, to give my shout outs to the Samoan kit, who I will be completely honest, I have no idea what the kit manufacturer is. I think it's Dynasty. Helen, you might need to do some magic with some overlays, but it's a lovely sublimated number for Samoa this year. England had a very classy white and red as always, and had some lovely training shirts as well. But my particular highlight, and it's sold out at least twice now, is a fleece worn by the Irish team that was meant to only be player specific, but some of the players did some TikToks wearing them. And due to players wanting it, due to the fans wanting it so badly, they've sold out the allocations twice, and it's just beautiful. It's really, really pretty. It's like an oil slick design. I'm not doing it justice by talking.
If you look, I think that's the one right there, right on the screen.
Yeah.
Yes,
oh,
that's the one.
Helen's got it. There you go.
Yeah, there
That
it
is
is.
phenomenal.
Yeah,
It's
that is pretty cool.
incredible. It's really, really, really good. And yeah,
Is that Canterbury?
Yeah, it is Canterbury.
Yeah.
So yeah, they've done really, really well with those. And yeah, there were people wearing all sorts. We went to Canada versus Australia, and there were people dressed up in all sorts. We saw some very Canadian looking fancy dress, and yeah, it was a really nice experience. And as West Ham aren't doing very well at the moment, it was lovely to take my mind off things and watch some different sports. And women's sports as a whole this year has really taken off, and it's just really nice to see that teams are doing so well on that sort of front as well, with merch and all of that stuff as well.
They were good
I've gotta say
attendances,
that-
weren't they? Sorry, Rich.
Really good. Yeah, they
Yeah.
sold out Twickenham for the final. I think it was 80,
80
just under
something
82,000. It was 81,800. Was the final. Was the final. How many people there were there? I can't remember what the word is.
Attendance.
Attendance. That's the one. And yeah, even all of the cup games and the quarterfinals, pool games, all of that stuff sold really, really well. So it's just really good to see that it's in such a strong place at the moment. But yeah, that was my.
What I've really enjoyed about the Rugby World Cup is, first of all, that Ellie Kildunn is phenomenal. Like, what I really like, when a rugby ball is kicked up in the air and it bounces, it's very unpredictable. But to see her just kind of scoop the ball up with the confidence of where it's going to land, kind of like collect it on the half volley and then just pick it up and run, was, even in the final, it was just superb to see.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
She plays for the club that I support, so I get to see it on a week in, week out basis, and
on the regs.
She is well deserved of Rugby Player of the World Player of the Year, which she currently is. And yeah, she's magic, and they've got their own stuff going. They've got their own merch. They've got a podcast. They're really the forefront. So I would recommend it to anyone.
The other thing that I've really enjoyed are the and this isn't you don't see this so much in men's sport, even in rugby, but it was the lesser teams. That's unfair to say, but the not as good teams that were getting absolutely spanked, they still took in all of the occasion as incredibly special. And whenever the idea got put to them that there should be maybe a smaller World Cup, so some of these teams that get easily beaten don't take part in, they dealt with it so eloquently and beautifully, not just because it's a female sport, just because in general, like the amount this team has learnt from doing this competition, and the amount that children watching it back home are going to learn from it. Even like the New Zealand team, who obviously in men's rugby are like the world's best, like they were just taken about how good the atmosphere was in England during this Rugby World Cup period, and how much New Zealand rugby's got to learn from it. I found that so sort of inspiring and made me kind of go, of course these teams deserve to be here. Like, this is for everybody. That's why it's called a World Cup.
Yeah, so Samoa, their men's team is all contracted, but the women's team is completely amateur, and there was no funding from the sort of rugby, the RFU of Samoa. So it's their whole journey, everything that they had to pay for came out of fundraising in their own pockets. And yes, they lost. They lost every game that they played. I think they lost to England 82-0 or something like that, or 82-3. But you saw them after the game they had prayer circles with all the England players. They were singing, and you just think they've earned the right to be there. And people saying that, yeah, they shouldn't be there because they're losing. That's not the point. They've earned their right to be there, and it was just really nice to see them enjoying the occasion, playing against the world's best players, and just loving every second of it. And they didn't play badly. The scoreline isn't reflective of, oh yeah, they were rubbish. They were really good. They were really, really good. So it's just really nice to see.
No, I agree with you. Jake, have you got any football woes? Any kind of quandaries? Any kind of like? Or should we
Many
not
at the
talk
moment,
about it?
Rich. Many.
Can we just talk about Manchester United
Um,
wearing yellow shorts?
yeah, I think that was the only thing I would have selected
Yeah.
anyway. It's a shame that for the men's team, the first time we got to see that absolutely stunning black third kit, it's accompanied with yellow shorts and socks. But luckily, we have seen the all black outfit for the women's team a few times on the weekend against Liverpool and against Brann in the Champions League qualifier. And the under-21s have wore I'll tell you what, actually, it was slightly better than the black, yellow. The under-21s lost. I can't remember who they were playing against now. The other night, in that sort of competition where the under-21s play a first team from like the lower leagues.
Yeah.
And they wore black, yellow, black, which was slightly better,
Okay.
a bit more palatable. But yeah, it's a shame the men's team didn't wear black, black, black. But that'll come sooner or later. And following on from just bigging up women's sport, the United women's team are absolutely smashing it at the moment. Undefeated as such, only dropping points against Arsenal and hopefully putting a challenge in.
Like it. I'm gonna just kind of like poop. I'm gonna jump on the Woody's Grumpy train because I'm just gonna finish on a bit of a downer and talk about Charlie Austin, Jay Bothroyd, and Dermot Gallagher. I'm sorry, but I just think they are rubbish. I have to, through my job, have to sit and listen to them talk sometimes, and I just think that they are just saying things for saying things' sake. And the worst part about Dermot Gallagher is he's a referee, and he does this kind of ref watch on Sky Sports, and it's just like he will never say yes or no. and he will definitely not go against the referee most of the time. There was one where Jay Bothroyd was asking him, "Would you give a penalty?" And Dermot Gallagher says, "I've already explained that." And he said, "Yeah, but you haven't said whether you give a penalty or not." "I think I've made it very clear what I've said." And Jay Bothroyd was like, "No, just say it. Do you think it's a penalty?" "Well, he has brought him down in the penalty area. Do you think it's a penalty?" "I think I've made it very clear." It's like, just say it.
Did you ever see the clip? Did you ever see the clip during that show that they do when he had to show the 10 pace marker, and then he was just like, "I think I'd stop around about here, but it's marked on the floor with an X," and you're just like, "Oh God." The camera had panned back, must have been too far, so you can actually see it pre-marked out, and you're like, "Oh, that's not a good look, Dermot."
Yeah. And somebody, was it a Brighton player last week in the Cup scored a hat trick? And two of the goals were fantastic. And someone said it's quite possibly the best hat trick. And Charlie Austin was like, that volley he scored, which swerved around the goalkeeper. And he was just like, goalkeeper should have done better. And I just think to myself, you're so pathetic. Just do better. Do better.
Yes, Joy Thief vibes that gives it, because that
Yeah,
hat trick was
exactly.
absolutely ridiculous. I'd not heard of the guy before, but yeah, it was definitely Brighton in the away game. But yeah, the second and then the third goal was even better again. So yeah, to try and take that away from the guy is just, there's no need for that, is there?
No.
No, not at all.
Right. That was a bit of a grump, and I'm sorry. But I am going to end on something really nice. Unless, Helen, I didn't come to you. Do you have anything football related you want to talk about? Or have you...
Not particularly. We were also watching rugby in our house and a bit of golf and not a lot of football. But I saw, and I can't find the source for it now, but I saw something the other day that Crystal Palace have started offering mental health support for players even after they've left the academy or left the team. Like an aftercare package because it can be such a hit
Yeah.
once you've been released. And that sounded, I can't find the details right now, but that sounded like a really positive thing, supportive thing.
They've
I
done
think-
that for a
There's been campaigns for stuff like that for so long, and then for like the PFA and stuff like that to sort of get involved a lot more. And I know that's probably more for players that have made a certain amount of appearances, but for the young kids that are getting released, it is a massive hit on them, getting all their hopes up and stuff.
Yeah, because some of them get taken into those academies when they're really young,
Mhm.
and then when it gets to be a bit older and it turns out it's not on track for them, they definitely deserve some support for that commitment. And I think that's really good.
Yeah,
I think it's fair to say that Crystal Palace are probably the best team to have as your second team right now. They just seem to be hitting everything right at the moment, both on the field and off the field. Go on, sorry, Harrison, you go.
Yeah, no, I was just to say, I've just found a post where it said that Crystal Palace are the first club to open a dedicated support centre for players who have been released from their academy, as they want to limit the risk of mental health issues for released young players. A 3-year aftercare package will support academy players to make a life outside of football. This is the latest initiative from the club. So I've not got the source for that, but yeah, it's
Isn't that
obviously
great? Isn't that going to make a difference for men and
Massively.
women,
I think so.
for footballers?
I love it. It's wicked. Thank you, Helen, for sharing that. I didn't know that, but that's awesome. And I will finish on one quick positive because I did bring it down, but I'm going to bring it back up because I have bought myself one of the very first football shirts I ever owned. I picked it up this week, and it is a Wolverhampton Wanderers shirt made by Nutmeg. And this was the very first shirt that I bought with my own money when I was little. So I think I'll probably get the date wrong now, but I feel like it was either the 95 or the 96 season, the end of the season when shirts go on sale. And I bought this with my £10 of my very own money. And it has such fond memories. And I found one. They fit dreadfully. But as Woody said, that's 90s. and but it's lovely and it's mine and I own it and it smells like charity shop, old man. But I have
Great
it.
badge
Right.
on that one.
Pardon?
Great badge on that one. It's
Great
one that you
badge,
don't see
yeah.
too much on Wolves shirts, but that old crest is really cool.
We have got an anniversary coming up. Maybe we'll see it again. You never know.
Another anniversary. You were saying Wolves never get anniversaries. You've had loads in this last couple of years.
Yeah, but don't forget, we kind of invented one just to kind of like, was it 75 years since Honved?
Floodlights.
Floodlights, yeah.
75 years
75 years since
Floodlights.
Wolves first had floodlights, mate. So, yeah, big one coming up for Wolves in 2 years, 1886 was, so yeah, it's coming up. Anyway, that's it. Great shirt, great badge. Harrison, thank you for coming on. If people
Thank
want
you
to
very
find
much.
you on social media, where can they find you?
Yeah, so just on Instagram, that football shirt collector is my handle. But yeah, thank you for having me on. It's been a great experience, and hopefully I can come back some point in the
Brilliant.
future.
Well, with a collection that's at hand like that, you're always welcome on.
Yeah, I could do a
Harry Powell.
pre-pod rummage.
A pre-pod. Yep, that's what I ask everyone to do before they come on, a pre-pod rummage. Harry Powell, if people want to find you on the socials, where can they find you?
So I am also on Instagram. It's the place to be, and you can find me at HP_shirts. Nice and easy.
Okay, nice and easy. And you'll be coming on again soon because you are due a return. Because I feel like the last time you came on, you had a pile of shirts and we got halfway through them before the show ended because we spent way too much time talking about an England goalkeeper shirt that we couldn't come to the bottom of.
You set me off, and I just kept on. You put 50p in me, and I just kept on talking, and that seems to be the way that it goes.
If Harry comes on, we are just going to be talking about that same goalkeeper shirt again, then, surely, right? Yeah,
probably,
because we haven't got to the bottom of this one yet.
Still not got to the bottom of
it. Jake, where can people find your fantastic, beautiful artwork?
I am at Art on Shirts FC on pretty much all of the social medias.
Nice. And Helen, if people need any help with producing or editing or want to offer you a job that will let you work part-time on podcasts with us, where can they find you?
You can find me at crabsalon.com.
Fantastic. And just a reminder, you can find us at @shirtspod on Instagram, Twitter/X, and now TikTok, in which hopefully by the time this is out, there will be a video there from our last podcast with Aaron, aka Tritticot Trader, and a brilliant episode that was. Go back and listen to that. Go back and listen to the John Underhill Stories episode. And next week, if you have already forgotten, at the beginning of the episode, I did say we're going to do a music X football shirts. So any relationship between football shirts and music, if you have something, then just send us a DM and we can have it on the pod. Yes, the wonderful world of football shirts on YouTube and Spotify. I think I've hit all the markers we need to hit for today. So Harrison, it is my pleasure to give you the pleasure to say goodbye to all of our listeners.
Okay, well, thank you very much, everybody, and goodbye. Thank you for listening.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.